Hello everyone. In this MOOC, you have about 4 lectures that are specific to Pharo, and this one is one of them. This is what we call a code idioms. So here I want to look at how people use printString and asString, and how to use them well. So the goal is really to also rethink what is the creation of intermediary objects, and by consequence, how do we avoid to create spurious objects? We don't need to create object just for the sake of creating object. So we should understand what we are doing. And sometimes what you see is that we are doing things without thinking too much. I will show you some bad implementation that were in Pharo that normally we fixed. So let's look at it. So the context. So if we set the stage, so in Pharo, in Java, this is toString. In Pharo, we call it printString. So if I create an object apple, if I send the message printString to this, I will get an apple. If I have a date object and I send the message printString, it will tell me, okay, we are 2nd April 2023. So this means that printString returns a textual representation of the receiver. That's why we have the quote here. This is not a date, this is a string. So how this is implemented? On the class object, the message printString is implemented as calling printString limited to. This is to avoid to have a too large string. And what you see is that these methods call printOn. So basically, you will see that in the hook and template lecture. So I don't want to go into detail there, but what you see is that we call the printOn method on the receiver. For example, so the method printOn in message tally is calling display string, and this one is doing, oh, I want to first write something on the stream. Then after on this stream, I want to place the character, the parentheses, and a character to open something. And then after I will do this, and I will come back to that because this is the problem. And then after, once I have finished, I will close that with a parenthesis. So this piece of code looks normal, but there is a problem. And the problem is that basically, printString here is doing a recursive call and it's creating yet a new stream. So let's look at it. So when I have my message tally object, so if I have my message tally object, so I have a message tally object, it will receive a first message printString. This message printString will create a stream. So let's imagine that a stream, this is something like that where we can put element inside. So in the first place, it will put, oh yes, I will put this, sorry, this is not like that, this is like that. I will put a parenthesis, and at the end, I will close my parenthesis at the end of the here. And to compute the tally, which is basically a number, I send printString again. So this means that to be able to fill up this stuff, the system is creating yet another stream. So if my number is, I don't know, 2055, it will say 2055 as a string. So it will put the character 2, the character 0, the character 5, the character 5. And then it will copy this into this place. And the idea is that why do we need to create this string? It is completely useless because the system could use this one instead. Because here, the system creates a stream, then to fill up this stream, it creates another stream, then it copies the element from this stream to that one, while it could use this one. So what is the solution? And this is something that it's a little mistake that we do often. Basically, it is much better to use that. So this means that I have my printString that creates my stream. I put my parentheses here, and I call print. And what print is doing, it is just, so print first is implemented on stream. So this is the implementation. It just said, oh, an object, meaning I will ask the argument to print itself on myself. So this means that here, if tally is a number like 2055, then I will execute the printOn methods, which to say, hey, can you place your character on me? So this means that suddenly I will just put the character. So the implementation, the object returned by space tally, which is a number, basically will just execute its own method and put one by one the character and close. And you see that in this solution, there is only one stream. Because what you should understand is that the stream, this is like a basket. And you said, oh, can you put your eggs in my basket? And then you don't need to create another basket to put your eggs and then to move your eggs from that basket to the other basket. There is one, so let's use it. Let's look at another example. So you see here again, in the method print protocol, blah, 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 a stream is created. Okay, so the system creates a stream. We put things inside, so we have our stream. So here we will write protocol, so PR, blah, 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 with an L. And then beam, again, we will create another stream to place something else inside, like accessing, for example, I imagine, because this is a protocol. And then we will return the contents and move it there. The right solution, this is just to do that. Meaning, okay, you have a stream, you write protocol, they are placed in that, and then you ask the object protocol, hey, object protocol, can you print yourself on the stream? On that stream, please write yourself in my basket. Okay, and it will write accessing, for example, here. So you see, so just by paying attention that a method like this one, printString, is actually creating a stream, we can avoid to create it. Because we know, oh yes, I should work on this one, not on the one that I create just because I forgot and I create one that is not necessary. You have the same with asString. So each time you use asString inside the printOn methods, basically you are creating yet another stream, and this is not necessary. So you should really pay attention when you program. Do I need or not to use this method as a string, or can I just use the print methods? And it's always good to check, because we don't need to create these intermediate streams. And you see here, we could say, oh yes, what is the problem? This is just one stream. Yes, but if you have a list with thousands of objects and you want to get the textual representation, like in a list or a browser, then you will create thousands of objects for nothing. You will create thousands of intermediary streams for nothing. So that's why we wrote this little lecture, so that you can really understand, okay, when you should use or not printString and how to use print. So the conclusion is that basically it's always nice to check a bit the protocol, like printString, printOn. You see, I look at the implementation in Pharo, and then we fix many of them, because in fact people were always making the mistakes. So I guess that now there is even rules, quality rules that check that. What you should understand is that streams are really powerful containers, so they're like baskets. When you pass them around, you don't have to create another one. You can just write inside or place object inside the stream. They are made for that. And there is no need to create intermediate stream for just basic sub-process.